Hello, boys and girls. Today is Monday, and we begin our week with it's actually chapter 12. This is the last chapter of our textbook, and it's two-dimensional geometry. That's what you have on one side of the paper, and on the other side you have the show what you know, and that's on page 668. So we're gonna do that today, and we are going to work on the vocabulary a little bit. We're going to read the words and see how we can use them. Alright, so this is more or less for me to know how much you know about two-dimensional shapes. So I want you to go ahead and write your name at the top of the page, and I will guide you through this one. I want you to answer most of these questions on your own. So you go ahead and write your name and last name at the top of the page, please. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do number 1. Circle the shape that belongs in each group. So over here, boys and girls, we can see, what shape can we see here? Each of these shapes has 3 sides. Do you remember the name of the shapes that have 3 sides? Yes, those are triangles. Or actually, these are triangles. How many triangles do we have? We have 3 triangles. So, which of these shapes do you think belongs in this group? We have 3 triangles here. This is a group of triangles. What shape belongs in a group of triangles? Does a triangle belongs in a group of triangles? Does a circle belongs in a group of triangles? Or does a square belongs on a circle on a group of triangles? Which one belongs in a circle? In a group of triangles, ¿Cuál pertenece al grupo de triángulos? The same thing is going to happen for the rectangles. So rectangles are shapes that have 4 sides, two long sides and 2 short sides. 4 sides. Out of these 4 sides, 2 of them are long and 2 of them are short. So which one belongs in the group of rectangles? Which shape do you think belongs with the rectangles? We have to circle the shape that belongs with the rectangle, and you're gonna circle it. There's only one of them that belongs with the rectangles. Alright, if you already shows your answer for number 1 and number 2, we can move on to number 3. It says circle the shapes with 4 sides. Circula las figuras que tienen 4 lados. Which of these shapes has 4 sides? So let's do the first one together. Let's see. Let's count the sides. This one has 1, 2, 3, and 4 sides. So this one has 4 sides. We circle this one. Alright, let's see if the next one has 4 sides as well. This one has 1, 2, and 3 sides. Does this shape has 4 sides? No, it doesn't, so we're not going to touch it. I want you to do the same for the rest of the shapes. You're only going to circle the shapes that have 4 sides. I want you to count the rest of the shapes. Count the sides on the rest of the shapes. Alright, boys and girls, our last question, question number 4. Identify two-dimensional shapes. And I want you to have, you're going to have three colors ready. You're going to look for these crayons. You're going to look for your blue crayon, look for your yellow crayon, and look for your red crayon. 3 colors. Once again, you need 3 colors. You need blue, yellow, and red. Necesitan 3 colores, 3 crayolas. Necesitan blue, azul, yellow, amarillo, and red, rojo. If you don't have red, I know most of you, it's so hard for you to find your red crayon. No worries, you can use orange. So once again, you're going to need blue, yellow, and red. I'm going to give you a minute to look for those. And if you are ready, we are going to start with blue. It says color each square blue. Vamos a colorear cada cuadrado azul. So you look for the squares. Which are the squares? I'm going to remind you that squares are the shapes that have 4 equal sides. Los squares, los cuadrados, son las figuras que tienen 4 lados iguales. You are going to color the squares blue. Vamos a colorear los cuadrados azul. It looks like a train, right? This is the engine, and these are the cars that are connected to the engine. Alright, boys and girls, so we're moving on to the next color. Our next color is yellow. Yellow. It says color each rectangle yellow. Now, careful with the rectangle. The rectangles are the shapes that have 4 sides, but the sides don't have equal length. The rectangle sides are 2 long sides and 2 short sides. 4 sides, 2 short and 2 long. Vamos a colorear cada rectángulo amarillo, yellow. Los rectángulos son las figuras que tienen 2 lados largos y 2 lados cortos. Tienen 4 lados en total, pero 2 lados son largos y 2 lados son cortos. We're gonna color the rectangles yellow. Rectangles have 4 sides, 2 long sides and 2 short sides. So you're gonna color the rectangles yellow. Once again, color each rectangle yellow. Vamos a colorear cada rectángulo de amarillo. Hasta ahora tenemos que cada square, cada cuadrado iba a ser blue. It's gonna be blue. The squares are gonna be blue. Los cuadrados se pintan de azul. The rectangles yellow. Los rectángulos amarillo. And finally, we are going to color each circle red. The circles are to be red. Los círculos los vamos a colorear de rojo. If you do not have red, no worries, you can use orange. Si no tienen rojo, no se preocupen, pueden usar naranja. All the circles, we're going to color them red. Todos los círculos los vamos a colorear rojos. So once again, we're going to color the squares blue, los cuadrados azules. We're going to color the rectangles yellow. And we are going to color the circles red. I want you to try to do this one on your own, because this is a show what you know. So it's basically just for me to know how much you know. Quiero que hagan la mayor parte de estos solos, porque es un show what you know. Es para mostrar cuánto ustedes saben. Alright, boys and girls, if you need extra time, you can pause the video. Si necesitan tiempo extra, pueden pausar el video. Right now, I'm going to move to our next page. Alright, boys and girls, so let's take a look at the vocabulary words that we are learning during this chapter. We have circle. Circle is a round shape. Circle. So let's see if I can draw it right here. A circle is a round shape. Circle. Hexagon. Hexa means 6. So a hexagon, boys and girls, is a shape that has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Rectangle. We know that a rectangle has 2 long sides, and 2 shorter sides. So 2 long sides and 2 short sides. The square. We have a square, and finally we have a triangle. 3 angles, right? That's what a triangle is. So if you want to draw the shapes next to the name, you can do so too. We have the circle, that's a circle. We have the hexagon. It has 6 sides. It's made out of 2 trapezoids together. We have a rectangle, the square. The rectangle, by the way, is 2 long sides and 2 short sides. We have the square, and finally we have the triangle. It's right there. Alright, over here, boys and girls, you have these books. It's tricky to do these through the videos, and it's because each of you have your own opinion about what you actually know, sounds familiar, or do not know at all about each of these shapes. We have circle, we have hexagon, rectangle, square, and triangle. So we are going to skip this one. If you want to exit out, you can go ahead and exit out. We are not going to use these. I think it has a name. I can't remember now. We're not gonna use it. All right, boys and girls. So we're going to our last questions at the bottom. It says, write the number of each shape. So circles. How many circles are there? Let's count the circles. And we have 1. And how many more circles? 2. There are no more circles, right? So we come over here and we can write 2. 2 circles. All right, we're moving down to squares. That's number 2. Squares. How many squares do we have? We have 1, 2, and 3 squares. 3 squares. Can these be a square too? It's like sideways. When it's like that, when it's different, look at it. It's not a square. We call it a rhombus or a diamond. So we're gonna say that squares, we only have 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 squares. And finally, the triangles. How many triangles do we have? We have 1 triangle right here, and we have another triangle. Triangles have 3 sides. They don't have to be the same length. We have 1, 2, and 3 over here. We also have 3 triangles. And that's the end of our lesson. I want you to notice that you have more pages over here. This is like a little game. You can play with it at home. And these are your vocabulary words. You can cut them out and you can share them with your family. These are some of the words that we already spoke about on the vocabulary builder. Here we also have a little game too with the vocabulary words. And that's it. Do not worry about this activity. All right, boys and girls. I'll see you later for science. And this is your lesson for tomorrow. Bye, boys and girls. See you later.